It is Tarot Thursday. I'm Reverend Mary Hawk, and with me is Reverend Brian Ellicott, and congratulations on your elevation.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you, everyone who's joining us, and I do want to apologize for anyone who posted in chat last week and I did not see you. We had a technical issue and I did not realize it until we were off the air, but that is fixed now. So please do go ahead and post your questions for us. And happy Pride Month, Brian.
Yay, pride. Woohoo.
So, how are you doing today?
Well, I am a working day, so it is a busy time of year.
Yes, not only are you a working gay, you're a professional gay.
I am.
Gay advocate. We'll
For
put
those
it
who
that
don't know,
way.
I work at an LGBT nonprofit organization, so working gay is code for busy season.
Hey, Renee, and she would like to know if there is money coming in her future. All righty. Be happy to draw some cards for that. Okay. Well, Renee, the first card I've got is the Wheel of Fortune. So this means things are changing. The next card we have, and I'm sorry I got a bit of a glare here, is the Queen of Wands. So with the Queen of Wands, wands are fire. Queens represent water. And together we've got the element manifesting. This also can represent a woman who is working with her resources, manifesting what she wants. And then we've got the Seven of Lamps. And this represents some cleansing. You can see this is a woman bathing in a pool under the moon. And this is about manifesting as well. So I'm going to say things are moving the way you would like them to, and you need to be putting out your energy to manifest what you need. And hello to Mary and Michael in the chat room.
Hi, Mary. Hi, Michael. So I pulled the Seven of Cups, which is about choice and temptation and prizes. Um, and the Page of Pentacles, which is about the practical um, implications of money and material gain. Um, so I would say that there is some money in your future, but you need to. It's not money in terms of what you gain, it's being able to save and be smart about your money and not um be frugal and be more frugal with it as opposed to something coming to you. And thank you, Mary. That means a lot.
All right. Hope that's useful, Renee. And if anybody else has a question, go ahead and post it. Thank you everyone who's joining us. And again, we did have technical issues last week and I wasn't able to see all the chats, but that has been taken care of this week. So I apologize for the questions we were not able to get to last week. And I'm just going to shuffle the hard way, apparently. You are welcome, Renee. Happy Thursday, Bradley. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Bradley. Thick cardstock.
Hi, nephew Corey. My blue-haired lurker is cracking you up. Well, I'm trying to ignore the blue-haired lurker. Because she's trying to make me lose my focus because she's being a pesky little sister tonight. Is Elvis feeling neglected?
No, she's playing. She's got a toy in her mouth. Please hold.
Elvis is Brian's magnificent cat. Who apparently is being very vocal tonight. Yeah, that may be the theme. So does anyone have a question for us so we can get back on focus here?
Somebody, anybody, please.
Yeah, post a question, any question. Except for lottery numbers. I don't have them. I wish I did.
If I had them, I wouldn't be sitting here now, would I?
Yes, I wouldn't either.
I'm just helping.
All right. Corey wants to know, what does he need to hear? Now, that's a loaded question, nephew, but we'll do that.
Good night, little monster. And the familiar has gone to go stay with her other daddy.
It's handy when they're two dads. Hey, Deej.
Hi,
Good
DJ.
to see you.
So for your nephew, I got the Two of Pentacles. So
All right.
balancing your material needs, wants, and gains. Just because it's shiny doesn't mean you need it, or you might need it because it's shiny. I'm not quite sure. Let's pull another card and see which one it is. Okay, yeah, no shiny things. Five of Swords. You don't need shiny things. Thanks, DJ. I had a good mentor.
All right. So the first card I get for you, Corey, is the Two of Cups. So this is talking about a partnership. It could be a romantic partnership or a friendship, but it is some sort of partnership. Then we've got the universe. There are stars on this card, but it is hard to see with the glare here. So you're completing a cycle. Everything is coming together for you. You basically are holding it in the palm of your hands. And you'll love this card, nephew, if I can get a good view of it for you. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And this card is speaking about refining the tools of your trade. And, maybe I know too much about your business to read for you, but in light of your recent change, this is speaking, about working on your career and the new position you just took. So altogether, things are going well for you. Focus on partnerships. You are holding the world, and focus on developing your skills. And then, let's see, scrolling back up, Matthew has asked us for a general reading because he's having a bad night. And I'm sorry to hear that, but we can do that for you. And I already had a jumper, so I'm just going to pull two more.
I had a jumper too.
All right, you hear that, Matthew? You're getting jumpers tonight. All right, do you want to go first, or do you
I will
want
let
me?
you go first this time.
All right, so my jumper is the soul. And from the imagery, this is an image of a child and a mother. We're talking about a spiritual journey here. We can see kind of the sun god returning at Yule. We could see the soul being reborn into a new incarnation. There are a lot of ways to look at that, but it is talking about some sort of new beginning. Then we have the Six of Wands. In the storyline of this card, this shows a queen who has just married a young lord from her court. It is talking about relationships and cooperation. It could be romantic. It could just be, your family, friends, business relationships. But it's talking about in this situation, you need to be building your community. And finally, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which means there's been some financial or material loss, but it's also a time to reevaluate and perhaps pick a new direction.
So I pulled the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is about competition, and it seems like everyone around you has an opinion. Nobody wants to listen. Everybody's yelling over each other. And while competition is good and everybody likes that sort of thing, it really doesn't help if nobody's willing to listen and hear out everybody's different opinion and everybody's different side of the story. I also pulled the Devil, which is about temptation and poor influence and those like more shadowy traits. So So it seems like someone or something in your life, a lot of people are competing for each other and competing in ways that aren't positive. But the third card that was jumped out was the Hierophant, which is about your sense of self and your ethics and your morals in terms of your spirituality, and that all of these bits of contention will work out as long as you stick to your inner voice and your inner sense of self.
Okay, Matthew, I hope you find that helpful. Kathy, I see your question. I'm just going to go ahead and read Corey's response. All sounds pretty awesome. If only I had as nice of a booty as the Eight of Pentacles has. Thanks, you all. And Kathy is asking about competing goals at work. Focuses on the outlook on completing goals at work. I can't read tonight. So I can retire honorably sooner rather than later. All right. And Matthew, you're very welcome. And then Sissy has passed me a note asking for a reading. So we'll get to Sissy next. And then we'll get DJ. Okay. You ready to go, Brian? I can't hear you,
I
Brian.
muted myself. Oops. Yeah, I'm ready. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'll let you go first this time.
Sure. So the first card I pulled is the Ten of Pentacles. So that's about legacy building. And obviously, in terms of you wanting to retire, you're building that legacy for yourself and trying to get into a more comfortable position for yourself as you retire. The Page of Swords, which is about action. And action in terms of your goals for what you want to retire, but I'm not sure what those goals are. So I'm going to pull another card, which is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is about for this is about prosperity and flow. So I mean, you're flowing towards your goals, but you need to sit down and take more time to plan out those last final goals, whether it's working with a team or with someone else about executing those goals, because the goals they're not finite goals. They're ambiguous goals of like money you want to be comfortable in, but those aren't the goals the universe wants for you. Your goals are like to make sure you're making the final steps to retire well and comfortably.
Okay, well, the first card I've got is the Nine of Pentacles. And this is talking about accumulating wealth. So this is what you want to do. And then I've got the Prince of Cups, and I'm trying kind of to fit him into the reading, but this is, I believe, representing someone who has an opportunity for you, probably a young man. And then finally, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I believe this is representing you as a woman who has the resources she needs. So taken together, I would say the opportunity is there to produce the future you want, but something is coming up and you are going to have to be willing to take the opportunity when it's presented. And I hope that is helpful. And then, as I said, Sissy passed me a note. She's recently rekindled things with an old flame, and she wants to know how that relationship is looking. You listening, Sissy? Okay, we're pulling your cards. Well, my first card here is the Queen of Wands, which represents a woman who has what she needs to make the situation turn out the way she wants it to. That one came up earlier. Then we've got the Seven of Lamps, and this suit is about spirituality. And here we have a woman bathing in the moonlight, cleansing, probably it's about dealing with the past and it's about manifesting your present or what you want in the present. And finally, we have the Nine of Wands, which in this picture, the woman is in prison. And it doesn't mean that literally, but it can mean a situation whose time is just not quite right yet. You can come see Brian's cards.
So I pulled the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a person looking out over the kingdom, holding a globe, actually thinking about world domination. So and the wands are like big D energy, period. So it'll be fun. And the Page of Wands, which is another action, it's another affirming action card, which is about like spark and free spirit. So like it's gonna be fun, but you're gonna have choices to make. This is the Seven of Cups again, and it's gonna be, is it gonna be fun and you know, no strings attached? Probably. Or you're gonna have to make a choice of whether you want to commit or not. But all I see is fun. Fun is good, but
Fun is good.
fun is all I see.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, Sissy. And now Deej would like a general reading, and then Bradley's up.
I think I'm only gonna pull one for this one.
All right.
I got the King of Wands. So, you know, leading your life with vision and intent and not stopping until you get where you need to go. I see this with like you're studying is like you're not done yet. You know what you have to do. Just go do the thing. Finish it. Go do the thing.
Go.
Period.
Well, let's pull one card and see what I get. Well, I've got the Three of Lamps. This is the suit of spirituality. And this is the threes are about creativity, and it's a card of good fortune. And this is a card about using um, your talents to improve the community. And yes, you're leaving for Spain to go finish, and then based on what your next position within the tradition is, this is talking about that. All right, general reading for Bradley. I'm thinking Bradley needs 3 cards here. I'm feeling like you're complicated, Bradley. Oh, I pick on Bradley. He knows it.
All right.
Okay. All right. You want to go first this time?
Sure. So I pulled 3 cards. First card is the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about working as a team towards those material and financial gains. And then I pulled the Page of Wands, but that's you taking that leadership role amongst a team in order to bring forth more of that vision of, like, I'm not going to say like domination in this sense, but like your goal within your leadership style of your team is just bringing more of your vision to the forefront because of, it seems your leadership style is what your team needs right now.
All right. So the first card I drew is the King of Lamps. And this is talking about gaining spiritual wisdom, mastering your magic, and gaining spiritual wisdom. The next one I've got is the Lovers. And the Lovers relates to making a choice. Often it may be between 2 equally desirable options, but you're going to have to make a choice. But you will have the ability to make that. And before I pull the next card, show you the next card, I'm going to give you a little background. I'm using the Infinite Tarot. And when Reverend Don did the Kickstarter, one of the options was to do a create your own card. And my friend Fluffy chose to do that. And Fluffy, I'm trying to get this in where you can see it. Notice the wolf is missing a foot. Fluffy commissioned this card after he had to have a foot amputated. So this card is about transmutation. You can see the clothes in the background where he's transformed from a human into a wolf. And even though he's had what could be considered a tragedy, it's not slowing him down or holding him back. He is continuing on his magical journey. So when the fluffy card comes up, it's about overcoming your obstacles and continuing forward. So that's what I'm seeing here. I hope that is helpful. And here's Fluffy popping in. Hey, Fluffy, look what I just pulled. And hi, Angelina. Merry meet. So I hope that was helpful for you, Bradley. And then we've got a question from Michael. A friend asked me to marry them, but I feel like it's not the best move. What does the card say? I think I'm going to pull one card on this one, Michael. Just a simple yes or no.
Yeah, me too.
Do it or don't do it. Although, honestly, I'm also going to say trust your own intuition. If you feel like, for any reason, it's not a good idea to marry someone, it's probably not. Well, I pulled up the Four of Lamps. And this is a card about looking into the stars and seeing what is to be seen there. So I'm going to wind up pulling a clarification card. And I get the Queen of Cups, which is all about emotions. So I'm going to pull one more card. And I get the Five of Pentacles. So the cards I'm getting honestly look fairly fortunate, but I'm curious to see what Brian's getting.
So I pulled the Six of Wands, which is about victory. But the way I asked the way the question's phrased is to tell Michael to trust his gut. If he thinks it's not a good idea, it's not. I'm not getting the vibe that their wedding is a bad idea, but maybe you facilitating their wedding is not the best move for you, not for their union.
Yeah, I'll go with that. If you are having doubts that it's not the best thing to do, I would say go with your guts. Hey, Fluffy, no, it's Thursday. That's why we're doing Tarot Thursday. Okay, does anyone else have a question for us? Excuse me? And the Two of Cups just jumped out.
No.
Yes, Fluffy, you can have a general reading. And DJ wants another reading. Okay, DJ.
I said no to DJ.
You did. By the way, if your partner took the cat into another room, does that technically mean Elvis has left the building?
By definition, I would believe so. Or at least left the general living quarters. The noise would be I live in New York City, Michael.
It means he doesn't know and he's not going to investigate.
Right.
All right. So the first card I get, Fluffy, is the King of Cups. So this is a card about successful relationships. Things are going well for you emotionally. You've got everything you need in hand. Then I've got the Six of Lamps, and this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. The woman you see sitting here is doing a vision quest, and that is the spirit that has come to her. So you need to be working on some sort of meditation, vision quest, dream work, however you want to do it, but you need to be working on some sort of spiritual opening. And then finally, we've got the Ten of Cups, the Happy Family card. So everything is really working out for you in that area.
So it's bound to happen once during our happy time together.
Do we pull the same card?
10 of Cups.
Happy Family card.
Yep. Things are good. Happy, happy. It's Pride. Yay. And then I pulled also the Seven of Pentacles, which is about investment and stability. So, literally, stability. Family good. Material finance is good. Things are good. Good is good.
Good is good.
Did you see what Bradley said?
Yes, I saw what Bradley said. Just found out his supervisor's going to be out of town. So you're leading the team. Go, Bradley.
Go, Brian.
And Deej has a more specific. I was thinking about what you had told me about your upcoming role within Witch School, but then I said tradition, didn't I? You're welcome. So
I got the it cancels out yes card. So when in doubt, the answer is yes, DJ. It's tradition and witch school. It goes wink. You'll be wearing a big pointy hat.
Deej, I got the same card again. I really did. Followed by the Empress. And the Prince of Cups.
Hydration break. Clink.
Hydration break for Brian. So I'm going to say that you're being called to more service and your horizons are expanding. Yes, keep doing what you're doing. Hi, Abdul. So your question is, will you get your U.S. visa on October 12th? Now, if we look for that question and we get a no, it might mean it's coming on October 13th.
Right.
I think it would be better to ask if you are going to be granted your U.S. visa this fall. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I try to not be so general and keep it vague-ish.
Yeah, I feel like let's ask if Abdul's visa is coming this fall. And let's leave a little wiggle room on the date. You can go first. I'm still pulling cards.
So when it comes to these questions, they're a yes or no. The King of Swords is a maybe, so I'm gonna pull one more. Knight of Pentacles. So it's a paperwork game. It's literally a paperwork game. It's how fast your application gets to the top of the digital pile, Abdul. There's no rushing bureaucracy, unfortunately.
Okay, so I've got 3 cards for you. And yes, I've got the Queen of Swords. And
It's
yes,
you.
it's me.
It's you.
It's me. When Reverend Don did the Kickstarter on this deck of cards, we had the option to commission a card. And since the Queen of Swords frequently comes up representing me, I commissioned it. And so what this card means is overcoming obstacles. So make sure you've got your ducks in a row, Abdul. Make sure you've got all the paperwork in, everything's filled out correctly.
Dot your I's, cross your T's.
Everything
Be
is
prepared for the interview, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, everything you need to have in order, be sure you have it in order. Make sure you've paid every single fee, everything you need to do to make it happen. Because it's not impossible, but it's not going to fall in your lap. The next card I drew is the Four of Cups, which is an interesting one in this situation because it's talking about don't give up a situation that you're content with just because there might be something better out there. So I'm just going to say the way I'm reading that is the situation is moving slowly. And then I pulled the King of Swords as well. So overall, the situation is moving slowly. Do everything you must do to make it happen.
Go team.
All right.
Would you like to pull some cards for me in terms of tomorrow's Pride Night at the Mets with my participants' honor on the field? And us taking the field, that there won't be any shenanigans.
I can do that. Abdul, you are very welcome.
Yeah, of
All
course.
right. So we're asking if there are going to be any issues when you and the people you nominated.
Yep.
While I'm shuffling, you can explain what's going on.
Oh yeah. So my day job is I work with LGBTQ veterans. And tomorrow night during Pride Night with the New York Mets, we got to nominate someone to be veteran of the game. So we get to take the field. We're going to be hanging out in the owner's box, and I'm just a little worried about, the climate and shenanigans. Though don't get me wrong, I love shenanigans, but not the kind of shenanigans we've had recently.
Well, I get the Two of Lamps. And this is someone working for the greater good of all. That's you.
Oh, hi.
This is someone scrying. Then we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is a fortunate card. And then we've got Mind, which is a card that usually is suggesting putting thought and energy into getting the outcome you want. So I would just say be alert.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull one more card. And I get the Ace of Wands, which the aces are fortunate cards.
Right. Okay.
So I see it as overall a good.
Sometimes, but not usually for unwanted energy, just because I tend to put my socks on inside out.
Fluffy is suggesting, Brian, can you wear your socks inside out to help repel unwanted energy?
I mean, I could, but usually, like I said, usually I just, that's just a common state of affairs.
So wear your socks right side out, Brian. That's inside out for you.
Pretty much. Alrighty.
Okay, so
and before we go, I
hope
wanted to talk about the deck I was using tonight.
Yeah, do tell us about that deck.
So this is the Queer Tarot by Ash and Chase. You probably, if you live in the States, have heard about Ash and Chase as one of the artists of some of that merchandise removed from Target. Their line was removed, most of it. But I've had this deck for over a year. They created it probably around last year. And this is their deck. It's Rider Waite based. It's just loud and neon. And I won't show you the backs because it'll make Mary.
I'll show them the backs.
It's a little trippy. But this is one of at least 5 Pride decks that I own.
It's a beautiful deck. It's a fun deck.
It's the safest for YouTube.
Yeah, it's a shame about what has happened with Target. At the same time, they were getting bomb threats.
Yep.
And I mean, they have their employees and their customers to think about too.
Yeah.
I hate that yes, Target, I'm not sure where you're at, Angelina, in the US. Target has, up until this year, carried a huge line of items for Pride. And this year they started getting bomb threats and they did pull back significantly.
Yep.
And I don't know if you can make a good decision in that situation.
I don't know what decision should have been made or not made or any of that. So,
You know, I mean, sorry, I have a lightning bug flying around.
I'm
So,
trans-identified too, Angelina. It's a difficult situation, but in terms of like, yes, we want visibility, like, and also the merchandise they removed was all trans artists, so they also took money
yeah,
out of trans people's hands.
and that sucks. It does.
It sucks all around. Period.
It really, really does.
But you know, Pride started as a riot, so I guess they want to bring it back to its roots. So bring it on. And on that note, I probably need to go to bed.
Yes, we both have to go to our day jobs in the morning. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight. We've enjoyed doing it. You're welcome for the reading, Fluffy. And we'll end on a positive note here, I hope. I'll be back next week. And blessed be everyone.
Bye.
And join us next week for another Tarot Thursday.